What's going on, guys? It is the always changes his background plays here today. And guys, it seems as though there are a few of you out there that like the nostalgia. The looking back onto the old top fives. There were a lot of people that were asking, hey Patrick, maybe you can make this into a little bit of a mini-series where we just go and react to a whole bunch of the old top 5 videos. And that is exactly what we're gonna do today. Alright, so the first video that I want to look at today, guys, is the top 5 wastes of points. A lot of these top 5s took a while for the ball to get rolling on the view count, but this one got like 1 million views in less than a week. It's actually really common for controversial videos to do better, and I think this was a super controversial video, so who would have thought? Let's do it. Here, and today I am back bringing you another top 5, and in this episode we're gonna be going over
the top 5
biggest wastes of points
there we
in
go.
Call of Duty Zombies.
I like that we have gameplay here too.
Box hits to perk buys. Guys, this is gonna be a great top 5. If you could leave a like, that would be great. But let's get into it. When you have a lot of energy, you are energized. Coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the Bowie knife.
Okay.
Now, the Bowie knife used to be awesome. And Derice, all the Black Ops.
Okay, that's actually not a bad. That's not a bad call.
You get it, and up until round 9,
I don't use the Bowie knife ever anymore,
which was great for making points. And generally, you would make back your points, which was cool. But in Black Ops 2, the Bowie knife became obsolete.
Yeah,
there is no reason
Galvas,
to
man.
A Bowie knife when you can simply get 3 more 1,000 points and you can get Galvan Knuckles.
True.
Bowie knife lasts till around 11 in Black Ops 2, 14 for the Galvan Knuckles. Clear winner there. In Transit, which
that's
I know
that's a good point. That's a good point.
It is a 1-shot to the denizens, whereas the Bowie knife is a 2-shot. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is so crucial that you are not being face raped by the denizens when you're playing the map. And the Bowie knife just doesn't cut it. There's a lot of things that made the Bowie knife obsolete because of the Galvan Knuckles, a lot of reasons. But yeah.
Starting that video, actually, I think that's a really good point. Yeah, I never used the Bowie knife in Black Ops 3. I mean, I would just, you know, get a wall gun and just do that. So I'm not triggered yet. We're still good.
Moving down to the number 4 spot on our list, we have the ray gun.
Whoa!
An early round.
Shots fired!
Zombies than getting a
Shots fired! Holy! Oh, Black Ops 3, I did make a video saying the ray gun sucks, but to call it out in Black Ops 2, I can see where people started to get triggered on this video.
On one hand, you have one of the best guns in the game. You are pretty much death-proof for quite a few rounds. If anything gets in your way, you can blast it with ease. You don't need to worry once you get a ray gun. Like, everything just is easier with a ray gun. On the other hand, everything seems to cost more.
I like how I actually did this point where it's like, this is a waste of points because you don't have a gun that's good at getting points, not so much as you're spending money on something that's not worth it. So that's a good way to frame it. I'm proud of the past me.
It's an awful situation to get yourself into, but regardless, the ray gun is a huge, huge waste of points. Shotguns also come to mind, but really, the ray gun is just the worst of worst.
All right, I can see why people were triggered, but overall, pretty valid points. Now it's time to trigger everybody.
Coming in at the number 3 spot on our list, we have Mule Kick.
Yes!
There's a lot of people out there who like to hate on Who's Who and Tombstone, saying it's like the worst.
Yes! I love this point, man.
I don't see why there isn't more hatred for Mule Kick. Mule Kick literally serves 0 purpose in Zombies, and here's why. When it would be of use to you is at an early round, so like before round 15. You could use Mule Kick. It would probably help the cause. But there are so many better things you could be spending 4,000 points on. Like, that's almost a Pack-a-Punch. That's Jug plus Quick Revive. There's so much better things you could be spending your money on. You could Stamina Up and Double Tap. You don't need Mule Kick at an early round. There's just much better things to spend your money on. Now, once you get to the point where you should be buying Mule Kick, it's probably once you have like 2 Pack-a-Punch weapons, because remember, if you go down, you lose your guns.
Okay, so this was the one I remember from this video that triggered
everybody. Now, the thing you need to remember was Black Ops 2 Zombies was a much different game from Black Ops 3. In Black Ops 2, there was no double pack-a-punch. So having like 2 double pack-a-punch weapons with like a dead wire and a blast furnace and then the wonder weapon wasn't really a thing. A lot of the times to do an Easter egg, you need the wonder weapon. And then maybe you don't want actually to use that wonder weapon, so you want 2 other guns. And it's like, if you can spare it, like maybe you get a Perkaholic or a On the House, Mule Kick is good. But there's definitely the argument, which I made here, as to why it's not so useful.
There were 2 times in the history of Call of Duty that Treyarch decided to consume paint thinner. One was when they created Transit. The other one, and this comes in at number 2.
Oh my god.
When they decided to create a second door in one of the
It's so random, but it's so true.
Interesting door. It's kind of behind everything by this morgue-type place. What could possibly be in it? It's only 750 points. Worth a shot. Let's open it up. Oh, it's this bare.
Yes, Patrick. Yes.
A wall gun. Okay, well maybe this is a good gun. No.
It's the bar and bipod. Savagery. Pretty savage, but true.
At all. You can get the bar later in the game.
It's true.
I just don't get it. Now, before we get down to the number.
Oh, hey Pat!
A quick shout out.
I still have that T-shirt. I feel like the way I used to get my haircuts, I didn't like those very much. The other thing is, I still do have that shirt, and it was always too small for me. This has nothing to do with the video. I just wanted to call myself out. That's friggin' rude of me to just throw that ad in right before the number 1 spot. But anyways, don't forget to use coupon code Smith for 10% off G Fuel. Link down in the description. Bam! Okay.
My life. But as I start to think about it, there is one thing that really hurts me, and I just keep going back to over and over and over again. Coming in at number 1, the top 5 biggest waste of points in Call of Duty Zombies, we have the mystery box.
Yeah.
Okay. Many thousands of points, or if not millions of points, I have spent on the box only to receive an SMR, a War Machine, Molotov cocktails, a China Lake, or even a Springfield for that matter.
This was the other one that triggered everybody because it was like, no, the box is good, you get good guns, but it's also the biggest waste of points ever. Mind you, in Black Ops 3, it did get a lot better because there really weren't a lot of bad guns, but still, okay, still.
It's like an abusive relationship. It just keeps hurting me and hurting me and hurting me, and I come back to it almost on a daily basis. I'm 100% addicted, obsessed with the mystery box because sometimes it's like...
Dude, these videos were really good.
Wow.
Good for me. Like,
mystery
wow.
Is the essence of trolling zombies. It's the mystery box, guys. It's the goddamn mystery box.
What happened, man? I used to be actually so funny in these videos, and now I'm just freaking dumb. One thing I do want to note, though, in the last video I was saying, like, oh yeah, I agree with that, I disagree with that. And people were like, well, obviously, it was what you said. Now, maybe if you're younger, you have less experience in life, people like to think that their past them is the exact same you that you are today. And trust me, that is not true. You change. Like every 6 months, I swear I have a different opinion on something. Thing I will say, man, is these videos, like, really going back to them, it's like, wow. It's inspiring because it was a really creative thing to be doing back in the day. And it makes me almost kind of yearn to find that creative spark again, to make really cool videos like this. It's tough, man. It actually is. It is tough. Anyways, enough existential crisis. Let's go to our second video for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be top 5 worst pack-a-punch names in Call of Duty Zombies.
Coming in at our number 5 spot on the list, guys, we have the Wunderwaffe DG2 upgraded into the Wunderwaffe DG3. Jay-Z, the rapper, I don't know. Either way, it's a very...
Dude, I told you, Jay-Z the rapper, that's hilarious. I don't know what happened, but I used to be so much more funny.
Moving down to the number 4 spot on our list, we have the FAL upgraded into the WN in Black Ops 2.
That's not that bad a name.
Focusing on the epic win from Black Ops 1. Now, I forgot that they actually
That's not
changed
that
the name
bad.
of Black Ops 2. Which
Oh,
I give them
okay.
credit for. It's called the FAL, so everyone kind of called it the fail, you know, the foul, the fail, whatever.
True.
It was a decent gun, but it wasn't like the best. It was no thunder gun.
True.
And then you upgraded it, and it became the epic win. Except it was a burst fire weapon. A burst fire weapon. That's right. So
I could see the argument there that although it is called the epic win, it was not an epic win. Fair enough.
coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the FG42 upgraded into the 420 impeller. I have no idea what Trek was thinking when they came up with this name. Probably something along the lines of, whoa, man, our fans are totally gonna love this gun because it's related to weed.
I don't know if it's because I'm older or what, but see, I think that's hilarious now. Like, it's so stupid, it's funny. Imagine nowadays, you get the ray gun Mark III, you upgrade it, and it turns into the ray gun Mark 420. That would be hilarious.
No, Treyarch, I don't want a gun related.
Yes,
I don't want
it's
a
funny.
gun
It's
that is
funny.
named after
Patrick,
a
you're
game
wrong.
that
I'm
is
sorry,
about being
but it's funny.
friendly, calm, and lethargic. No, I don't want that.
Okay, that's
Why
actually
can't I
a
have
good
something
point.
That's actually intimidating.
Yeah, you don't want a gun that's
I don't know,
friendly.
the Reaper,
and calm.
the Killer, the freaking
Yeah,
AK-74U,
True.
FU2, or whatever that gun is.
True.
No, I don't want a gun. Like, of all the drugs you can name a gun after, you pick weed, the most friendly drug out there, pretty much.
True.
I mean, why can't
True.
we have like the meth gun or the cocaine gun, the Tony Montana? Not only is it a shitty name, it's really not a very good gun either. I mean, the burst fire on the thing, you can't see anything. So maybe that's what it's about, is that you're so friggin' high, you can't see anything.
I will agree though, like the meth gun or the cocaine gun, that would be way cooler. Also, Tony Montana should 100% have been used as a name for the M16 upgraded. I've always said that, always have stuck with that.
At our number 2 spot on the list, we have the SMR upgraded into, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Smiler.
Okay, yeah, I can already understand why old Patrick like got tired of hating on the SMR. We all know it's bad. Let's just move on.
We have the upgraded Kar 98K, the Armageddon.
Yeah.
Never have I seen a gun so poorly described as
True.
They
True.
called it the Armageddon. Like how good is that?
I'm like
they
whispering.
tricked me. They
Why
tricked
am I
a
whispering?
lot of people. Because really, the only person that this is going to cause an Armageddon to is the player using it, not the
Accurate.
zombies.
And he ends it on that one. Oh my god. Dude, this just, honestly, watching these old videos gives me inspiration to, makes me want to be a better YouTuber. Some of these lines, man, they're like the best things I've ever said ever. And that is really cool. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you didn't mind me having like a crisis of not being as funny as I used to. But anyways, that was the video for today. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you later. Peace out, you freaking nerds.